For years, I wore a mask. It was brash, funny, inspiring, professional, put together, lookist, and flawed. You see, there were tiny hairline cracks in my mask. I just didn't see them. Apparently, the depression knew how to show its ugly face because one day a friend suggested to me that I was depressed. I thought he was crazy until he gave me a book called The Beast. I read this book through tears of joy and tears of sorrow. Tears of joy because here were stories about people just like me. And tears of sorrow because here were stories of people just like me. People who were successful but didn't believe that they had actually accomplished it themselves. People who knew the sun was out but couldn't see it shining. People who contemplated suicide. If I just swerved to the right and hit that bridge, or if I accidentally took too many pills. People who didn't think they were depressed. The tears of joy came from acknowledging that I was depressed. I continued to fight the beast with everything I had. I took daily walks. I sat in the sun. I watched funny movies and read funny books. I quit reading the newspaper and watching TV news, and if bad news came on a radio station, I quickly turned it. But the pain of the world was too much for me. About 2 years later, I went to an incredible doctor, a very perceptive woman who kept asking me if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. She saw through the mask, even though I was dressed for success, heels and makeup, confident and assured. Finally, I said, well, last night I found myself sitting on the edge of the bed with a gun in my hand. She gently questioned me, and then she proclaimed, antidepressants or the hospital. It's your choice. I chose antidepressants because I didn't want to see the inside of a mental ward. I clearly remember the day that I first saw the sun. I walked outside and I said, the sun is shining. Now I live in the desert. The sun shines here about 2/3 of the year. Believe me, the sun was always shining. I just didn't see it. When you're depressed, there's a gray fog or a gray, that's all I can think of, fog that covers everything. So to actually go outside and see the sun and know that it was the sun, that was an amazing day. When I told my friends that I was taking the medication, the responses were appalling. They ranged from things like, that shit will kill you, or it will make you crazy, to you don't need that. Oh, better I should off myself, was my reply. I recently saw a discussion on Facebook where people were bashing a woman who's a healer who admitted that she takes antidepressants. Once again, we see this judgment of each other. And I would ask you, can you be a healer and have a daily injection of insulin? Can you be diabetic and also be a healer? Why can't you be taking an antidepressant and be a healer? Maybe it's time to get off the judgment train. Maybe it's time to acknowledge that it's all spirit and some people need to take an antidepressant, and that's okay. So, I take a daily dose of an antidepressant. I am a healer. Any questions? Make it a great day. And for lots of other free videos and meditations, check out my website, www.thepsychiccoach.net.